Everybody, thanks for tuning in. South Campus Show here at the Fireside Room with Arlo and Father Stan Mater of St. Joe's. Welcome, Stan.
Hello. Thanks for having me back.
Good to have you back. Last time we talked a little bit, just touched on priest hobbies. You mentioned you go to Florida for the fantasy baseball camp.
Yeah.
I'm interested in that. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, it's the Twins Baseball Fantasy Camp. It's I've gotten to go many times now over the last 20 years, and it's this camp had 121 people attending. That it would have been a little bigger, but some people get sick or they pull some muscle or something that they find themselves unable to play, or
maybe a hamstring,
or
first, yeah,
or there's something else that has happened in their family that we're going to have to take this money and use it for this wedding or something. But we have about 25 coaches, for almost all of them former pros. People like Bert Blyleven, Tony Oliva, Kent Herbeck, Laudner, Frank Viola, Jeff Reardon, guys from way back, Dick Stigman and others. So Jock Jones and Ron Rincon and Juan Berenguer and Delvin Smetzler, who was on the squad last year. So all sorts of people like that. But basically we come down there on a Saturday. There is a welcome banquet where we get to meet the rookies, usually about a third of the group, and they explain how they came to this camp. The next day is sort of a tryout day. I have mass at 7 in the morning. We get out real quick.
By the way, you're chaplain for this group, right?
I just sort of chaplain for the group, yeah. And then we get to the ballpark a little after 8, and we have stretching, and then the idea is you walk in this locker room and here's your locker. And you have this sense that you get to be a major league player this week. And so we have batting practice and catching, fielding practice, and people who are going to be pitchers, catchers have a little special workout. There's a few little running drills and so on. And then those who are rookies will play each other in a game. And then during all this, the pros are scouting to see who's better than last year, who isn't as good as last year, what the new talent is.
Wow. So this is like the tryouts.
This is all on Sunday. Sunday afternoon, late in the afternoon, the pros get together and they hold a draft. And they have another banquet that night where the teams are announced, and then that is the group of people you'll be playing with that week.
Your teammates.
Yeah, this year there were 12 on my team. We played 10 in the field. And then you play a doubleheader on Monday, 7-inning games. Doubleheader Tuesday, 7-inning games. Wednesday morning. Wednesday afternoon is to heal and recuperate, although this year I organized a volunteer opportunity because this is Fort Myers, which was hit badly by the hurricane, so we were able to do some work there.
Good.
Thursday is also a doubleheader. Typically, then they split the first 4 teams and the next 4 teams, and number 1 and 4 in each of those, and 2 and 3 play each other on Friday. Friday afternoon, there is also a rookie campers versus pros kind of game. So they get to, try to get a hit off of Bert Blyleven or Juan Berenguer or something like that. And then on Saturday are the championship games.
Wow.
And those are held in the main stadium.
It's like the NFL playoffs.
It's a blast. The couple nights during the week where you have another banquet where there is a kangaroo court. So all the things you've done wrong are made very public for everybody to see. Whether you took a called third strike, whether you forgot to wear shower shoes, whether you did something else, whether go up to bat without a helmet, whatever it might be. And you get fined for all these things. All those fines go toward Children's Hospital there. And then the final night, awards are given, but there's also a big auction to raise more funds for the school.
You must have get quite a spirit built up,
There-
bonding among all the guys playing.
It's a very much a family, frankly. If we could be church like that, campus camp would be
Yeah.
better, because
Beautiful.
what you find are the coaches and the leadership really tries to get to know everybody. The veterans who have been there some time keep coming up with ways to improve the camp and pitch in to help. There's incredible hospitality to the new players. It's there. People are gathered together around a common idea, and then they express it in ways, and eventually the people become more important than the baseball.
Of course, well, yeah, that's always how it is. It's the people. But I bet you've established some good friendships out of this thing over the years.
I really enjoy going down there. There are a few of them that I play baseball with during the summer.
Okay.
There's an over 50 league in the Twin Cities area. There's many teams, 30 some teams, but a lot of the people who go down to camp are clustered in 4 or 5 of those teams.
Do you have to train to get ready for this week?
I do a lot of stretching out. I would probably do better if I would train and actually do batting practice and that sort of thing. I just try to get out of there without being hurt.
There's facilities around here that you're going to do, but you have nothing to do with being past your busy period. That's wonderful. Now I heard this year near tragedy, but there was something that occurred.
Very dramatic beginning. There was at the top of the second inning and the first game we played, one of our players who had a brother on the team as well fell over with a massive heart attack while he was batting.
Wow.
He swung at a pitch and then kind of shook his head like he missed that one, and then just toppled over. And it was very much like was it Devin Hamlin? Damar Hamlin. Hamlin with it very much like that. And we were fortunate that we had a cardiologist from Mayo on the team, on the opposing team, ran in, and another physician whose wife was a PhD nurse. And we happened to have one of the trainers actually right in the dugout, and she happened to have an AED machine. And so we rushed to him, and somebody started the CPR immediately, and then I helped remove the uniform so they could shock him, and a lot of CPR, a lot of time, and very, very hard thing. But they got him to come around, and it's now 15 days later. We believe he's being released from the hospital today.
Wow. Sound like similar to Damar, that the medical people on the spot may have saved his life.
Yeah, if it was, as we later learned, the Widowmaker heart attack. It's unlikely if he had been at work or at home that he would have survived. But all the right people were there. In fact, I got to visit him in the hospital even later that day, and a man of great faith, and we prayed together. And as I was walking out, the nurse was showing me out, and I thanked her for what she had done, and she said, I just get goosebumps when I hear all the things that had to happen that allowed him to survive this today.
Wow.
So a very powerful time, and it brought the camp together even more than what it usually is. We really demonstrated that we are a family there today.
Well, thanks, Dan. That's a beautiful story, really, and people rallying to make to save a life, and because you're like family together, it bonded you closer. But pretty intense, but a lot of fun, like you say, down there.
Yeah. When we found out that was likely going to be okay. We had, of course, suspended that first game, and then we played the second game in the afternoon. But our coaches told us, look, there are only 10 of you now instead of 12 of you. You're all going to have to play every inning of every game, and that's pretty much what we did.
Wow. Last question: any injuries this year?
Nothing to write home about. No, it was a fairly successful year for me. I did something that I've not done down there before, and that was I started a game as a pitcher, or a thrower is probably a better word. We just all our guys were gassed, and so said somebody's going to have to go out there, and everybody else was just playing catch on the field. So I thought, okay, I'll go to the bullpen, and I'll see what will happen. And let's just say my ERA was higher than my batting average.
Which was high. Which is
Yeah,
high.
I did bat three.
Yeah,
I did bat
Stan, you're
353.
amazing. But
So-
you know, I think that we were talking that if we, everybody, but for us pastors, pretty intense work during the week. Weekends, if we have something we look forward to that doesn't have a lot to do with our work, but it sort of, it's about people, so it's all good too.
Yeah,
It's a great thing.
I mean, it's a wonderful vacation for me, just not only because I like baseball and being able to talk to other people who have that passion, but I realize I'm out in the field and all I'm doing is focusing on the next pitch.
Of course.
And instead of thinking about 20 different things at once, to have just one thought is very calming.
Yeah. That's why I'm on a ski racing team. It's our bowling team on skis, you know. And it's all about the people at the end,
Yeah.
which is kind of like Barry's life. It's
Yeah.
all about people rallying around Christ. It's
Right.
beautiful. Stan, if we have a pickup softball game, I'm picking you first for our team. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. South Campus, hope to see you next week. Baseball season is coming up right around the corner. Take care.